'cause you just end up back with your stuff. You never really leave me when you say you're gonna leave me, and you just end up backing it up.
What's up, guys? We're back with yet another video. If my energy is a little off, I'm so sorry. I'm a little tired. I'm real tired, but I wanted to get this video out real quick. I'm trying not to be long on this one. Hopefully it's not another 35-minute video, but I did want to cover a few things. So tonight we're going to talk about no new friends. We're going to talk about friends in general. And we're going to talk about a few fights that I've had in the past. Okay? So those are the things. Now, let me just say, I am not the person I used to be. And some of the relationships from back then are no longer the same. So it could be that I don't have this person as a friend anymore, or it could be that somebody who was not a friend is now a friend. Okay? So relationships are different now. Take a little bite of my candy. All right, so a few days ago, I got a comment under one of my videos, and it was the girl code video. And so if you go back and you look at the comment, it's basically saying that just voicing whoever it was voicing their opinion on how they felt like I was wrong. And I did ask your guys' opinion on that. So I definitely appreciate your feedback. But here's the thing. My intuition is never off. My intuition never lies. I honestly feel like it was about the female in the story. I don't think it was her. I think it was somebody in her circle. So I hit her up because, you know, she sent me this really long message about how I was a toxic friend because I would tell her stuff that I felt like a friend should tell you. If you get fat, I'm gonna tell you get fat. If something don't look good, I'm gonna tell you something doesn't look good. Now, when it comes to things that you can help, like makeup or a wig, I'm not going to really say anything because that's something that can be easily fixed. And if you see it in the mirror, or clothing, you see it in the mirror, you're okay with it. Who am I to say, take that off? Who am I to say that doesn't look good? Now, stuff like you getting fat, yeah, I'm gonna tell you because sis, do some crunches. Like, let's do crunches together, because I just had a whole baby a year ago, and sometimes I have a little gut. It's not cute to be small with a gut. I started doing crunches. I started working out. Like, let me put a little bit of effort into this. But things, like I said, clothing, things that you can go ahead and change, like right then and there, and you don't want to change it, who am I to change that for you? You like what you see. Like, it is what it is. I'm that friend, okay? And to her, that was toxic for me to tell her stuff like that. So I guess I was a toxic friend. And so she sent me a long message telling me how toxic I was when I was trying to check on her. I thought she was depressed. So I was trying to check on her, and she sent me a really long message saying how basically I was a toxic friend and she didn't want me, if I was going to continue to be a toxic friend, she didn't want me in her life. So if you know me, you know that I speak my mind at all times. All times I speak my mind. So for me to not say anything, but to genuinely be like, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm still here if you need me. Long message, what she sent. My message was literally maybe 2 sentences. I'm sorry you feel that way, and I'm still here if you need me. And I meant it, right? So then, you know, we continue to follow each other on social media. I'm not really checking for her like that, but I don't really check for a lot of people like that. I just kind of stick to myself. But I saw on my Facebook feed that she had been posting some stuff about toxic friends and this and that. So to me, it's like subliminal hits. But I still didn't say anything. That's growth. To me, it's growth. You just don't say anything. After I saw that message under my video, I decided to say something, because at this point, you trying me, sis. Go ahead and get out what you want to get out. Go ahead and tell me what it is that you have on your mind, on your chest, because I feel like I communicate very well. Just tell me. We can talk about it. It does not have to be an argument. You tell me how you feel. I'll tell you how I feel. If something really hurts you, and because my intentions are always good. So if something hurts you that I did and I didn't intend to do it, of course it's going to be a genuine apology. And I would expect the same from you. I said, is there anything else you need to get off your chest? She said, nope. But it must be something you want to get off of yours, because it's my wedding night. Once again, I don't be checking for sis on social media, so I didn't know she was getting married that day. But I didn't care, because if you were really like happy about getting married, I just don't foresee someone texting someone back, especially if you know it's kind of drama related. I wouldn't text back, but to each his own. So since she sent me that, I went ahead and got everything off of my chest. Everything I wanted to say to the other message that I refrained from saying, I went ahead and said, what's up, buddy?
Anytime when I drink my juice, sometimes
Come here.
my brain hurts.
Oh, goodness. When you drink your juice, your brain hurts.
Sometimes.
Oh, well, what side of your brain? Come here. Talk to me. Let people see you. Say hello.
Hey,
Okay. Oh,
it's twinsies.
you think we look alike?
Yeah. No, he's my twin.
Get your life. Another thing that they said that kind of caught me off guard in the message under the video, you guys can go look and see. But the only reason what made me respond was just the fact of like, basically they were saying that it was karma that I had 2 kids going through a divorce and a cheating ex or whatever. And I felt like that was the last straw, because at the end of the day, who wouldn't want this face? And the other little face is so cute. Who wouldn't want these kids? Like, karma, like, girl, bye. That's some good karma, right? Does your head feel better? You just don't want to go to bed, huh? You can stay up a little bit longer.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Do I have school?
All right.
Do I have school?
Yeah, you have school tomorrow.
Okay.
So I said what I had to say after she asked me if I had anything to get off my chest. I said, well, I do have a few things. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and let you know. So I told her everything I had to say, but after that, I was done with it. I was done. Like, you and I don't have to say anything to each other ever again. I don't know you, and you don't know me. Point blank, period, right? She ended up trying, I guess she probably tried to text me back, but I blocked her after that. Like, when I'm done, I'm done. Let me tell you something about a Leo, baby. That cutoff game is so strong. Who? Known the girl for years, 10 plus years. Who? I don't know her. Wish her the best. I don't know. But, so yeah, she probably tried to respond via text, but she was already blocked. So she hit me up on Facebook Messenger. I didn't think she would hit me up because we weren't friends. She had like unfriended me. But she did, because sometimes, you know, you just want to get stuff off your chest. So she went ahead and hit me up. My phone was not unlocked. So it came up as a banner, and I could read like the first few sentences, like the first 2 or 3 sentences. And I didn't want to read the message because, for one, I knew it was going to be extremely long. Why? Because mine was long. So I knew it was going to be long, but I also knew that there was going to be some negative stuff in there. I told y'all in my last video, this thing right here is dangerous, right? This thing right here makes me have to use these right here. I'm not catering to those negative needs that she may have. I'm not pouring into it. I did not read the message, deleted it, blocked her on that, and that's that on that. What's crazy is my mom, and I know she's watching this. Sorry, Mom, I know you want us to be back friends and stuff, but it just ain't gonna happen. She texted me a picture of her in her wedding dress, and she was like, when did this happen? And I was like, I don't know who that is. And she was like, she said her name, and I was like, I don't know who that is. And she was like, your friend. I said, Ma, I don't know that lady. I know she thought I was crazy for a while. I knew who it was, but I didn't know who it was. Moving on. Amir, your head don't hurt that bad.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not. No, it does not. Bring me the Tylenol. I'll let you take some Tylenol.
What is that?
I'll get it in a second. Let me finish this video and then I'll give it to you, okay?
Okay.
You gonna sit right there the whole time? I'm about to talk about some stuff that I don't think you should hear. So, no, don't just close your ears. Go in your room for a minute and then I'll come in there in about 10 minutes and I'll give you some Tylenol, okay?
Are you gonna do some cuss words?
And no, I'm not gonna do some cuss words. When do I ever curse?
Sometimes when you do a video.
Okay, go in your room for about 10 minutes and then I'll bring you some Tylenol, okay?
First of all, you was pointing at Mamba's room.
Around the corner. You know what I'm talking about. Talking about, am I going to do some cuss words? The fuck? Okay, so yeah, that was that on that. Okay, so I also wanted to talk about some fights that I've endured. And I kind of want to go ahead and get all of this out because it's my truth. But I'm so proud of the relationship that I've built now. Like, I love how it's taken a 180. Of course, not a 360. We're not where we were. But it's definitely taken a 180. And I could not be happier. So in the beginning of my husband's and I's relationship, for whatever reason, no, I know what reason it was. His sister's friend was sisters. Oh, it's about to get confusing. My husband's sister had a friend, right? My ex-best friend that dated my husband had a friend. And those two friends were sisters. I hope y'all got that. So the friends of my kind of circle were sisters. And I don't think they like me that much. If I wasn't me, I probably wouldn't. Nah, I would like me. I can understand why people don't like me. They see how I look. They see how I walk. They see how I talk. They see I don't really be on no childish mess. So I can understand why people don't like me. They didn't really like me. So, of course, they were in the ear of my husband's sister and her mom and their mom. And I'm the type of person to where I get to know people before I judge people. But it's not always like that. That's not always the case, right? So anytime, the only thing that you can kind of say about a pretty girl with a nice body is that she's a hoe, right? So I want to believe and I only say that because I believe his mama done called me a hoe a few times. So I want to believe they told her that I was a hoe because I kind of remember her saying that. I don't remember verbatim, but I remember her being like, they said you was a hoe. They couldn't tell you the first person I had sex with other than my husband. But to them, I was a whore. A whore. So, of course, it made his mom kind of look at me sideways. His sister didn't really look at me sideways because I feel like she's kind of like me. Like, you know, she probably believed it a little bit, but she also wanted to like get to know herself. She wanted to get to know me herself to kind of see what the deal was or whatever. First off, let me say that I think his sister is cool. I think she's a really good person. The situation at hand just makes things difficult, but I think she's a great person. Same with his mom. The situation at hand made things difficult, but I think she's a great person now. So back then, a long time ago, not now. Okay. Now his mother and I are in a very good place, and I have been waiting for this for a long, long time. No matter what he and I go through, she and I remain in a good place, and I have been waiting for that for a long time, and it's finally here. Thank you, Lord. We weren't always like that, though. It wasn't always like that. When I first got with him, we were cordial. We were good. I didn't really know her. She didn't really know me, but we were okay. Then I got pregnant. I got pregnant very, very soon. I got pregnant 3 months into our relationship, right? It didn't feel like 3 months, but like 3 years. He was my best friend. We spent every day together. But it was really 3 months and I got pregnant. So you have me pregnant within 3 months. You have your daughter's friends telling you that I'm a whore. And you don't really know me. We haven't sat down to talk. So it's the only thing you have to judge by. So of course, I'm not going to say of course, she thought that my son wasn't his child. She would throw that in my face a lot. She would throw it in his face a lot. I'm the type of person, you about to man up, handle these responsibilities. You need to get a job. You need to get, we need to move in together. Like we have to get this thing going. We have a child coming or whatever. And I believe that he's spoiled. I believe his mama spoiled him. And he's definitely a mama's boy. I believe that. So with me stepping in, being like, get your butt up. We about to do this. We about to do that. I think it kind of took the place of her a little bit. And I don't really think she liked me for that reason either. So we would get into it. And then we started to dislike each other because what you're not going to do is talk about my child. Okay. And so once he got here, looked identical to my husband. Ooh, kind of still does a little bit, but he looked a little bit like me. But she was still like, nah, I don't see it. And I heard from a very reliable source that she was planning on doing a DNA test. You gonna do what? On who, child? Without who permission? So, it left a very tart taste in my mouth for her. So I, at that point, stopped liking her, stopped fooling with her. I didn't want to deal with her no more. For that reason. For one, I'm not a hoe, but you should have got to know me. You should have asked me more questions. And for two, this child looked just like your son. Like, I get it. It was only 3 months. I get it. You heard I was a hoe. I get all of that. But at the end of the day, you can look at this child and be looking dead at your son. So I lost a lot of respect for her. So one day, my husband and I got into a fight, right? Verbally and physically, we got into a fight. And at the time, he was driving his mom's car. So he would do petty stuff like push me really hard. And like before I was able to get up, he was in his mom's car. So of course, I go to the car and I'm like bamming on the window, right? Like boom, 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 boom. And so he calls his mom because I can be just a little bit crazy. Granted, I did not care whose vehicle it was. It could have been Obama's vehicle. I hate to say this. It could have been God's vehicle at the time. I was trying to get to the person inside the car. I did not care whose vehicle it was. But he knows that me and his mom don't have a good relationship. And he ended up calling her to be like, Ma, I just want you to know if something wrong with your car, Aria did it. So he calls her while I'm still banging on the windows. I don't care. I don't care. Call her. FaceTime her. I don't care. She can watch me bam on these windows. I'm trying to get to you. Or whatever. So of course, that left a tart taste in her mouth. Now, the weird thing or the toxic thing about he and I's relationship is that I was over there to talk to him that night. And when I say over there, he was staying with his mom at the time. So I go to her house. Crazy, right? This woman don't like me, and I was just bamming on her window. Y'all, I might be a little crazy. I go over there. I don't give a fuck. Watch out a little bit. I'm here to see him. So I go to the back and we talk or whatever. And I think at one point he left to go to the store. I ain't gonna lie, I was scared when he left because I was like, this woman could kill me in this house. This is her house and she has full range to do so. And I was just like not caring. So he ended up coming back, but she came in there to talk to us about something, but she had an attitude, which she had all right to have an attitude. She had an attitude, and she said something, and knowing me as a person, I was just like, all right, Tammy. And I started to walk away. The reason I said that was because I did not want to put my hands on his mom. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. I don't like to hit people that I care about. So with me caring about him, I did not want to hit his mom. Like, that's his number one lady. I didn't want to hit his mom, never wanted to hit his sister. I didn't want to hit anybody in his immediate circle because I knew that would hurt him. That was back when I really cared about him, okay? So if he was hurting, it was going to hurt me. In mutual respect, hit my dad if you want to, bruh. I'm going to be on Randy's side all day, every day. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. So she said something I don't remember, and I was just like, all right, Tammy. She hated for me to call her Tammy because she wanted me to call her Miss Tammy. She wanted that respect, but remember, I don't respect you, so I'm not gonna call you Miss Tammy. You Tammy. So I said that, and I walked right past her, and she said something else. Mind you, she's behind me at this point, and I'm still like, all right, Tammy. And I have my son at the time. He had just turned 1, I believe, or about to be 1. He was really, 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 really young. And I said it again. I'm like, all right, Tammy. All right. Because I'm getting pissed off, but at the same time, I don't wanna hit this lady. So she ends up shoving me really hard into the wall. But instead of me hitting the wall, my son hit the wall. Okay. So my husband comes and he just like, hey, you know, and I'm like trying to break it up or whatever. And I put my son down and I try to analyze the situation for what it is. This is his mom. This is her house. Da, 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 da. Like a million things are going through my mind. I still don't want to hit her, but a part of me does. So I start grabbing stuff off of her table. Like, you know how they have like the centerpieces and like the little, not metal balls, but really, really, really hard plastic painted balls and stuff like that. I just get there and start throwing it at her. Now I am intentionally missing because I don't want to hit her. I just want her to know I'm mad. Long story short, we did end up fighting. I never hit her. I never hit her. Never. I choked her and I slammed her down, but I never hit her. Now, how, if you knew what his mama looked like, I don't know how I got her down to the ground. I'm telling you, I become a Hulk. I don't know where all my strength comes from. Like, I got a little bit of muscle, but I don't know where all my strength comes from. I remember slinging her down. I remember choking her, but trying not to choke her too hard. I'm telling y'all, when I'm fighting and it's somebody that I slick care about, like, I want you to know that I'm mad, but I don't want to hurt you. Like, because I know I'll feel bad afterwards. So she hit me with something in my head. She hit me with some object before we got outside. And then once again, he tried to break it up. And at this point, he has my son. So some kind of way we move outside. When we're outside, I grab her by her scarf that she had on and I slung her down and I got on top of her and I was choking her lightly, if that makes sense. I know it's crazy. Choking her lightly. And then he comes. Boy must have played football. Now, he's supposed to be a basketball player, but I'm telling you, he could have had a career in football. When I tell y'all this man tackled me so hard, tackled me so hard. I landed on my back on the other side of the yard, like not that far away, but it was definitely in a different area, and I was on my back. And the next thing you know, she comes and she gets on top of me and she start hitting me. So I'm like holding my head or whatever, because I don't want to reach up and punch her. Y'all, I know some people like, man, F that, I would have, and I get it, but I just could not. I saw stars that night, you know. I ain't gonna lie, because she got me one good time over here. I saw stars. But that was, and then she ended up getting up. She went and got a gun. She shot at me. I'm telling y'all, I'm so crazy. I stood right there while she shot that gun in the air, and I was just like, if you shoot, you better hit me. You better kill me. But it was kind of like me. She was just doing it for show, just to let me know that she was about that life, or that she was mad, or that, you know, she wasn't playing. And I did the same thing. I wanted to throw something at you to let you know I was upset, but at the same time, I didn't want to hurt you. Like I said, we're in a better place now, but that was the physical fight, the only physical fight I had with his mom. I also fought a sister. Was this before or after? His sister was before the physical fight with his mom. So I got into a verbal argument with his mom, and his sister was there. I got into a verbal argument with his mom because I didn't want her taking pictures of my son. Because what she would do back then at the time is she would say to other people, that's not my grandchild, this, that, and the third, that's not my son's child, she's a little hoe, da da da. But then she would take pictures and she would post them on social media. I'm like, oh, grandma, baby, don't do that. Don't do that. So when she pulled out her camera, I told my husband, I was like, I tell your mama stop taking pictures of my child. And so he told her, he was like, Mario, I don't want you taking pictures of her child. And she was like, okay, that's fine. I'm like, oh, shit, that's fine then. Come on, let's go. So that sparked a verbal altercation. And her daughter, which is my sister, was in the background, like talking cash money or whatever. And you're supposed to. I'm arguing with your mom. I would expect that. I would do the same, whether my mom is in the right or in the wrong. 8 times out of 10, she's gonna be right. But if she was wrong, I would still be like, I don't care what issues y'all have, y'all need to talk it out, but you're not gonna disrespect my mom. I get it wholeheartedly. His sister did what she was supposed to do. I think I probably hit her up on some I don't like you, let's fight type stuff. Later on through like text or something. And it took her like a week later. I forgot about the altercation. I forgot about, y'all, this definitely gonna be like a long video. Sorry. I had forgotten about the altercation that I had. No, I didn't forget about the altercation that I had with the mom, but I kind of forgot about the altercation through text I had with his sister. It had been like a whole week, maybe a little bit longer. And one night I went out, I think it was like a company thing. I went out and then got back home, and I was going to meet up with one of my guy friends, right? And it was late. I want to say it was like almost midnight. It was like 11 something. And I was going to meet up with him. So I go out. I had a drink or two. And if you know me, I don't drink. So like at the time, 5% alcohol, baby, I was tipsy off of one drink. So I had a drink or whatever, and I'm walking to my car, and then I hear somebody talking to me, and she's basically like, what's all that shit you was talking, da 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 da. So I turn around, it's his sister and his sister's friend. Remember, I told you this girl don't like me. I then found out a few years later that the reason she may not like me is because she used to fuck my husband, right? Or she had sex with my husband before. And if you look at this girl, baby, I was embarrassed for having a relationship with him after he had, anyway. She walks up to me, talk cash money. Granted, I can tell she done had a few drinks too. So you have some liquid courage. At this point, I'm sitting in my car, and she walks up, and I'm just looking at her, right? You have full range. You have full range to just like go in right now, because I'm sitting down, you're standing up. She took them slippers off, honey. And she came over there like she was about to work me, right? And then she just stood. My husband ended up calling me like, what's going on? So I'm assuming she called him like, I'm about to go whoop your girl ass or whatever. So he called me, and I was like, yeah, she here. I'm still sitting in my car. I'm talking to him, door wide open. Both legs are in the car, like I'm facing the the steering wheel. I was about to close my door when she walked up. So that's why I'm in this position. So I'm telling him, like, yeah, she's here. Yeah, I guess we about to fight. Hang up with him. They're kind of on the side of my car. So like if I'm in my car like this or whatever, the steering wheel or whatever, and my door is open, they're like by my gas tank on the same side or whatever, just standing there, just talking. I don't know what they were waiting for. I thought she came and whipped my ass, right? So I don't know what they were waiting for. So I always have an angel and a devil. An angel is telling me, girl, just crank this car up and go. The devil was telling me, girl, you don't even know where them keys at. Get out and fight her because you don't want them to think that you weak or whatever. And I'm like, dang, I really don't want to fight. Once again, I don't want to fight anybody like that he's close to or whatever. So I got out and I just swung on her because what did you come here for? You know what I'm saying? And her mom already thought like I was a little person like that couldn't fight and all this other kind of stuff. It's not that I can, it's just that I don't, and I don't like to. I don't like to hurt people. So I swung on her, and then her friend was like, oh, no, you snuck her. Snuck her how, sis? How? This is what she came over here to do. She had full range with me sitting down the whole time. There is no sneak attack at all. Like, y'all saw me get out the car. What you thought I was about to do? Go ask y'all if y'all wanted some water or something? Like, no. So I got out and I swung on her. Now, when I swung on her, her friend was facing me and she was facing her friend. So it's me facing this way and then her facing this way. So like I'm right behind her and then her friend is facing her so she sees me. So I swing on her, right? I swing on her. I want to say if I didn't hit the back of her head, I hit like the side of her head or whatever. And I only swung on her one time. Like I didn't like just keep going. I didn't go in on her. One, because I was tipsy. Two, because I really didn't want to hurt her. So I swung on her one time. I don't remember how we got into the position that we got into, but I remember us both holding like each other's hair. And to me, it felt like we were going in a merry-go-round. It felt like we were just, we probably looked so dumb because we were both tipsy. I was tipsy. I don't know if she was drunk or not. I don't know, you know, what being drunk looks like, but I could tell she hadn't had a few. So yeah, we were swinging around. I remember my husband coming and being like, you know, y'all chill. And then he thought about it and he was like, nah, just let him fight or whatever. And I remember banging her head on concrete lightly. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I really don't be trying to hurt nobody. I could have been bashing it and I was just like, boom, boom. Like I probably shouldn't have even been doing that. Like, cause I know it didn't hurt her. Now, I ended up calling the police because they just would not leave. So I ended up calling the police. But as I was on the phone with them, I noticed like she was in the car after I called the police. Then they want to leave, of course. So she was in the car and they were like talking shit or whatever. And I noticed that her face was bleeding. I don't remember doing that. I don't know how that happened, but like she had a gash in her forehead and it was bleeding. I don't know where that came from. I don't remember hitting that girl in her forehead. Also, when she left, her socks was in the middle of the road. I don't remember those coming off. And she had box plates at the time. And about 5 or 6 box plates were in the road with hair still attached. I do not remember pulling that hard to pull out any box plates. Like, she had to have fragile hair because I don't remember. But you know what? I don't remember chipping my husband's tooth when I hit him either. I don't remember hitting him anywhere near his mouth to chip his tooth. So maybe Maybe I just don't remember doing stuff when I'm fighting, but I don't think I'd be hitting that hard. But we made up after that. I think that we never really talked about it to be like, I'm sorry for fighting you. We never apologized officially. But we made up after that. We ain't really talking now. She don't fuck with me. And that's cool because I don't fuck with her either. But we can stand to be around each other. I don't think it's fake. I think it's cordial. I have to be around her. That's my children's aunt. So yeah, that's my little story. Girl code and fighting kind of tie into each other, right? Come here. Come say goodbye. Hurry up. You're supposed to be in bed. What time is it? I'm gonna tell everybody good night.
Good night.
You still have a headache? You are not telling the truth.
I mean, I don't have a headache. My head just hurts when I drink juice sometimes.
Sound like something going on your daddy's side. We don't have them problems over here.
You said you was gonna get something.
Some Tylenol. Yeah, it's been longer than 10 minutes. It has. All right, let's go. Let's go get some Tylenol.
Bye.
All right, y'all. I guess I'll catch y'all next week. Y'all be enjoying my little stories. Y'all think Mona Scott will cut me a deal? Y'all think I can have my own show if I reenact everything? If I reenact everything, y'all think so? I don't even think I can act that way anymore. That's how it's done. Rest in peace to all the relationships that died this year. Good night, y'all.
I'm sick of this, I'm packing. I'm sick of this, I'm packing. Cause you just end up back with your stuff.